Hey everybody, so we're up to 18 picks with our bingo games, and these have just been going on at the end of some of our recent videos, so you can go back and watch that. But I did want to do kind of a standalone update here about the game and how it's been going. It seems like for how many pieces we've picked, there aren't a whole lot going onto the board, and that's mostly just a result of, like I was talking about in the opener episode for this segment, there's just so many combinations of elements and colors to choose from that it does get a little bit. The chances, like, this is bingo's a game of chance, and so the elements that are drawing from over on this column over here to get into the random spot, which I'm then just looking up. So we'll go ahead and pick one right now to see what happens. 6295983, like that. And then I'm just going to copy this. I moved over to Bricklink. Alright, this is an interesting piece. So for pick 19, we're going to see if this goes on the board. So this is what I've been doing for the game at the end of some of our videos. And when I had this planned out in my head, this was going to be a really short 20-second thing to do while the video cards were playing, like the suggested videos, that kind of thing. But it's turned into almost something that could be a standalone series, I feel like, if I'm going to keep it going. Okay, so let's see if this green goes anywhere. Unfortunately, I don't have green as one of my color columns, so it doesn't really fit into any of these three boards. So regardless of even what type of piece this is, just by being green, it's kind of disqualified already. So that's kind of one of the reasons I'm not really satisfied with how it's going. I don't know how you guys have felt about it, but it's getting to the point where it's just kind of boring, and it's not really fun to play the game. So I think what I need to do is kind of overhaul the system and think about if I'm going to have these cards that are really restrictive, because this isn't in itself a bad card, but I think the problem is the pool of pieces that I'm pulling from is too big, and there's too many combinations to make a meaningful game of bingo the way that I have it set up. So I think I'm going to have to do something with this Excel document, whether that's going to be kind of going through and pruning the elements out and just trying to pick from bricks, or another possibility that I thought of is just abandon the randomized picker altogether and start pulling from a bin of Lego pieces, which isn't, like I mentioned, perfectly random, but I think in that case we might have a better shot pulling from a smaller pool to actually fill the squares in. And for what it is, like, even if we do fill in a column or a row, as it stands right now, that's just going to be the interaction with you guys is when you comment bingo, it's a shout out. So it's not even that big of a reward or a giveaway or anything. Just something that I was going to kind of try out on the channel and see how it was going, and if it was like a fun thing to do at the end of the video. And I think with a little bit of work it could be, but the way that it's set up right now is definitely more involved than I wanted it to be, because the past episodes, I think we've done 5, just kind of right at the end of a different video, just to kind of play this as we put out other content. I think they've all been close to 3 minutes, and at what point does bingo become detrimental to the other kinds of content that I'm putting out? So to continue it the way that it has been going so far, I think it would have to be its own series. I don't necessarily want to do that. We're already doing a bunch of other standalone series going on the channel. Hugh Tap has kind of been our long-standing one, and I'm definitely going to be doing that still. And then we recently started 7 Minutes, which is kind of condensed information. And like for bingo to continue as its own series, I think would start to kind of crowd the channel a little bit. So I think I am going to take a break from bingo for a little while. Sorry we didn't ever get to do, if only we had the light gray minifig element, everything would have been fine. You know what? We've got 2 more spots here. Let's pull 2 more numbers and see what we can do. 6170674. Let's see if any of these work out, but I think it's going to be time to call a break. We got a purple Nexo Knights thing, whatever this thing is, for pick number 20. Just looking at the board here, this isn't gonna fit on any of our spots, so let's just do another pick here. 6170623. You know, maybe the Excel picker isn't perfectly random either, or maybe there's just an abundance of this first 3-digit combination of elements. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about bingo, guys. You can kind of tell it hasn't been what I wanted it to be, but that's okay. Not everything's gonna work out. Double check our number here. A brown fabric cape, pick number 21. Right there. Does that go on the board? Brown is not one of our colors, so 2 more duds for the game, unfortunately. Couldn't get a single bingo, and I don't want to force it if it's not fun, so I'm just gonna let it be what it is for now. And I am going to try to bring something back in very similar to this for the end of our videos, but I don't want it to be a 3-minute or a 4-minute segment. I want it to be 20 seconds, 30 seconds right at the end, kind of off to the side while the credits are rolling, while we've got the other cards going up with our suggested videos. Just something to look forward to at the end of the segment, and not something to come back and be disappointed again and again. But that's kind of where I've been after 21 picks. I think the issue isn't with the picker system. I think that's doing exactly what it should, where this just goes through. The problem is there's so many elements here. There's 39,000 elements, and it's picking one of those, and after doing that 21 times, the cards are just so constricted that we're not really getting anything to match up. So a combination of restrictive cards and a pool of elements that's way too large for the game is kind of the recipe for disappointment here today. And I'm going to cut it off and try to pick it back up at a different form at some point, but Brick System Bingo for now is going to be discontinued indefinitely. So thanks for coming along on the ride anyways, guys, to just kind of see how it's been. And like I said, hopefully we can get this going again at some point, but it's going to look a little different. We'll focus on our other series and keep on bringing stuff that you guys have enjoyed. I think I have got some feedback on our other videos, and yeah, just thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you guys next time on Brick System Brothers.